It's just another day. 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 Welcome to Just Another Day with
David.
Adam.
I don't know why I started it. I'm Elliott. I don't know why I did that.
I
was just like,
followed you.
yeah,
I
hey,
followed you.
that was your mistake.
Yeah, I don't care.
I was just hyped. Like, I don't know. I'm
I was
sitting
in it.
Cider Wednesday, man.
Fuck. Sounds
Start.
nice.
I start my
Wait
job
for.
tomorrow.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Go to party up. Get ready. Make sure you
Yeah.
go in hungover.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah,
right?
nothing
Now,
like it.
Yeah.
no,
Mouth's all dry. You keep pooping water.
I'm I'm just like freaked
I
out because
mean,
like
you're just
got
gonna be sitting through training shit all day, anyways, probably.
yeah.
So
Now, this is Texas. They're hands on.
I mean, pretty much. Yeah, I'm kind of hitting the ground running. I think I get my laptop and all that stuff set up, and then I have my driver's thing to or Friday. I don't know why I struggle on knowing what days are. Friday I have to go do my driver's license appointment, which is at 8:30 a.m. And Johnny was like, "Make sure you show up early because they're fucking super slow." And it would be, I'm like, "But I made an appointment." I was like, "How do they just not keep
No, that doesn't matter.
appointments?"
It's the DMV. Get real. It didn't change because you went to a different state.
I don't know. That's why I set it up
DMV's
online.
DMV everywhere.
I mean, I'm
pretty
just gonna
much.
bring my headphones in and
No,
chill.
that's not legal.
It's not legal.
I'm just fucking with you. There's so many things you can't do in there. I was like, yeah, you can't do that.
Carry
You may
both.
not
Just read it.
entertain yourself at all.
Yeah,
There's no free Wi-Fi, and your cellular data cuts off when you walk through the door.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. That actually happened a couple times at the Capitol building, but that's a whole different story. When I was doing
Yeah.
installs and shit, it would be like I'd walk in there carrying a couch, and I'd be like, "Oh fuck, I have to check my email," and then all of a sudden it's like,
Nope.
"I have no bars." I'm like, "That's weird,"
Yeah.
but
Because they
yeah,
want you to get on that sweet, sweet T1 line in the Capitol. All that good, good.
they want me to get on that Capitol Wi-Fi so they can sell my data to China,
China.
China, China,
China.
China.
I
So what?
get that. I'd sell your info to China too.
It's alright. I mean, fucking apparently, like, somebody from like the United Arab Nation or whatever, like, got my Amazon, like, they were on my Amazon account, changed like my location to that, but they didn't order anything. So then I just changed my password. But I laughed because I was like, I'm looking through the like the deals, and like they were all listed in like euros and other things, and I'm like, what? I was like, the fucking. I looked at Chelsea. I was like, why is it listing all these in European currencies? And she was like, I don't know. And then I looked down, I see the flag in the corner. I'm like, that's not the U.S. flag. And I clicked it, and it was like United Arab Nation. I was like, okay, time to change my password. Like,
That's funny, dude. I had a weird
Yeah.
situation like that too with my Hulu account, and nothing really came of it. But it reminded me of another time that I had made a fucking sports bet, and this was back on the Khabib and McGregor fight,
oh, on a
way back
Russian
when.
website.
I don't even remember I think it was on like Borgata or some shit. I can't even remember what the fuck I was using. It was one of the fucking casinos with an online betting option.
Yeah.
And I'd never used it before. So I was a little confused when I started using it. And I was like, well, this makes sense. I was like, here's my card. Here's the money I'd like to put on the fucking fight. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, bet's placed. And I'm watching it on their site, blah, blah, blah. And the money didn't come out of my account right away, but it showed pending. So I was like, okay, that's fine. That makes sense to me too. So I'm fucking sitting there chilling, and I check my account the next day after the fight, or no, on Monday after the fight. That was a Saturday on Monday. And I look at it and I call members first, and I was like, hey, it looks like I have a charge for like $30 for some fucking website I've never heard of. Do you guys know what this is? They start looking through on their fraud department and everything else, and they're like, you promise you didn't do anything? I was like, I promise. I was like, I've never seen this site a day in my life. And it turned out basically that it was the casino, but I guess the way that the casino wraps around it in like some skeevy way is they buy shit off a fake website that they own, and then they just
Oh.
use your money. So then what happened was the fraud department caught on to it, and they were like, "Listen, we don't exactly know what happened. We don't care to know. We requested a refund. They sent it. Here's your money back." I was like, "Thank you," because he lost that fucking fight. So now I don't
My
have to
God.
fucking pay $30 for his shitty fucking mistake because homeboy was all fucking coked up.
Drunken Coke, baby. You gotta be drinking that Irish whiskey.
It's
Sponsored.
not it's not bad though. Have you had any proper 12?
Nah, I'm not a whiskey person.
It's not bad. It's like a perfect just middle ground regular whiskey. Like it's just good for everything. It's like a lighter taste than Jameson.
I'm a vodka
Okay.
man. Like I can't do most mixed drinks anymore. I think like a vodka Red Bull is like my most extreme drink, unless it's like a specialty cocktail of a restaurant. Then
Okay.
I have no desire. Or ciders, like and wine, occasionally wine. But I'm a
You
baby
know,
now, man. I can't.
you
I
know me,
can't.
man. We went to fucking TGI Fridays way back when I got introduced to this fucking Irish mule thing, dude. That thing was amazing.
Oh,
That was
I thought you
Those are
oh, you're talking about
those are good.
are you talking about Dollar Marg night at Crapplebee's fucking
that night. That wasn't
6 margs down the hatch at one.
Yeah, that literally is up there with when we were in fucking Carlisle and you just kept calling that dude over every minute because you were fucking pounding your fucking drinks so fast. And he was just like, "Are you fucking serious? What was that
I was like,
guy's name?
Mitchell,
Mitch.
Mitchell,
Mitch.
Mitch." And he would
Mitchell.
turn around every time. He's like, "Whoa." Like he was startled. Like you fucking drank so fast. It was so cheap. I couldn't
Yeah,
believe it.
if you thought that was bad, dude, I pounded twice the amount in half the time. No, the next day. The next day I went back. I I went back with some other friends. They're like, "Yo, do you want to go fucking drink?" I was like, "I'll go drink, but listen, if I go drinking, I'm fucking drinking. Do you understand me?" And they were like, "Yeah, I got you."
You're like,
I was
"No,
like, "All
no,
right,
no.
cool."
You got to keep up."
Well, they did not, but it was cool. Like I was fucking shitty, and we got the big 6 foot tall, beautiful fucking waitress who I fucking yacked up. Who turns out she is a volleyball coach at Ship. And
Really?
Oh,
I just kept going on and on about her. Told her I'd fucking ruin her day in volleyball, and I told her I was like, "Look, you want 1v1, you want duos? What do you want to do?" I was like, "The weather's nice. You want to go out right now?" So I'm gonna go back there and cause more fucking ruckus with that bitch.
Challenger.
Yeah, well, she's the challenge has been put down, but I don't think she was ready for all the volleyball knowledge that I did have. And she's like, "This motherfucker might know about volleyball. Maybe this man isn't gonna fuck around."
It's all about that teacher lady that we had, that server that was like, "You guys are my best friends." She's my favorite.
dude, she's awesome.
Yeah, I have no idea who that 60-year
I
old
thought,
woman is, but
well,
she's the shit.
I think, no, you guys weren't there. So the last time I was there, right before we went again, the time before that, that 6 foot tall waitress was with another older lady who I thought was that same lady until she came up when we were there, and she's like, "Hi,"
And you're
and
like,
she
"Who
popped
is
up. I was like,
this?"
"Oh shit, it is a different fucking lady. Get the fuck out of here."
I just love the fact that we're like Mitch was our server. We're leaving, and she just goes over and she's like, "Oh my God, it's you guys. How are you doing?" I was like, "How the fuck do you remember us from like a
Yeah.
month ago?"
We
Oh, it
turned
was
up.
more
It
than
was probably
that.
way longer than
Yeah,
that
I know.
actually.
I think it
Way
was like
longer
two or
than
three
that.
months, but like, yeah, I was like, "How
It
the
might have been
fuck
like
do you remember
February or
us?"
some shit. It
Yeah,
might have
Yeah,
been.
it
It
was.
was cold out.
it was insane. I was like, "Why do you remember it?" Because it was right when you had to get food with your beverages. So
Yeah,
we
because we got
bought
the
the
chips and
chips and they
salsa.
split it
Yeah.
four
Yep.
ways. So it was a
Yeah.
dollar. I was
Yeah.
like, "All right, I don't give a fuck. I just ate a burger. I'll eat more chips. That's
Yeah.
fine."
Fuck it.
I mean, that was
I
the
was trying to
best
figure out
though.
what we did before that. Actually, I was like, why did we go to Grand Illusion? I was like, I know that's not the only
To
thing we
drink.
did.
That was that
Yeah.
night. It became like because
Yeah.
that was the night. Was that the night we did cigars? No, we ate the
No, we
tots.
just.
We got fucked over. Was that the same night? The fucked over tots when we went to the fire station or whatever, and we were like, "Yeah, let's get tots," and it was smashed potatoes. Was that the
Wait,
It
same
was
might have
night?
been.
no? I don't
It
think
might
that
have.
was that. Was that night? No, it was. Yeah, it was. No, it wasn't that time because that was warm. That was only like
Yeah, it was decent out that day.
that was probably back in like early April, I think actually.
Oh, so it was before.
Yeah.
Oh, this was when
Because
we
we played
just
disc
went
golf
down.
that day too. We played
Yeah,
disc golf that day as well.
it
Yep.
was a good time though. Like I fucks with like anytime you get like chips and salsa at a table and you just have bevies is it's probably one of the greatest
Chips and
things.
salsa are always good. You can never go wrong. You put it down, people are gonna eat it.
Dips are dancing, baby.
Although I can't say the same thing about buffalo chicken dip. I don't care what people say about it. That's like my least favorite dip ever.
Really, we make a decent one, Chelsea and I occasionally.
I just don't like it. I'm not a fan of fucking like if like honestly I would have just preferred if you just had pulled buffalo chicken. I don't even want the dip. Just give me some spicy chicken.
I mean, I take it when we make it when we go to Jill's. Jill would always have buns, and I would just take it and scoop it on a bun and eat
Buns.
it because I'd be fucking not like I would just be either baloneyed or I'd be drunk.
I get that. I really do get that. But for me, you know, honestly, the big thing is I don't eat cream cheese like that. So with that being like the main fucking ingredient, I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
this is where I pull my pass at. The only time I'm telling you, you want to cream cheese me on some fucking jalapeno poppers or bites, whatever, I'm in. I'll eat that every time. But as soon as you get into something outside of jalapeno poppers or cheesecake, I'm like, I don't like the flavor of this.
This ain't
This
right.
just ain't it. I'm like this something's not right here. Y'all fucked this up. You guys had two perfectly good products with the cream cheese, and then you just ruined it.
Bro, speaking of not right, how are you doing? 'Cause you called me up the other day. I don't
Man,
think you didn't get to tell Adam
about the iPhone shit.
that, and then the bite.
Oh, the bite. Yeah. Oh my god, I forgot about the bite. Yeah.
You've had too much shit
So
happen in
yeah, I
literally
had
two
too much.
days.
Yeah, plus another thing today, so like it just keeps on going. So I'm like, shit, man, like I can't catch a break. But no, the other day, Adam, when you guys were like kind of chit chatting back and forth, I just kept looking at my phone, just in a groggy haze, just like, ugh, because I don't know what the fuck bit me, but I have literally a massive fucking spider bite on the inside of my arm towards my armpit,
Oh.
and it is like the size of like a fucking 50-cent piece. It's huge. Like this isn't like a little spider bite, like, oh, I got bit, like something disgusting bit me and it fucking hates me. And it just fucking I had a headache. I was feeling fucking awful. I fucking pooped. The
Dude,
poop had
That's
nothing to do with
good.
the spider
Oh,
bite.
okay.
I
Well,
just
I was
had
like,
to
well,
I
I
told
just had
him.
to poop.
I told Dave it's the same. It's like the same thing that happened when we were in Dallas and Cassie got bit by that fucking spider. And like
yep.
it literally, David. It started like it was I don't know, like less than a dime, like half of a dime. Like a standard spider bite's like
Yeah.
a dime size.
If not smaller even.
And
They're
smaller.
usually
Yeah.
nothing, like a
Dude,
nuisance, you know?
fucking like 5 hours later, it was the size of a quarter. And before she went to to the urgent care, like it was like maybe like 12 hours total went by. It was the size of a
Yeah.
$50, and it was like in like her arm
Yeah.
was red all the way down. We were like,
Yeah,
"Yo, go to a
that's how
fucking hospital.
my shit is.
We're
And
gonna go
then
drinking." Like,
well the best part, Adam, so I'm fucking like I went through the first day with it and I was just kind of like, like I think I'll be okay. It's got to just be a bite, no big deal. And at first I thought it was like a really big ingrown hair, and I was like, that doesn't seem right. So I squeezed the shit out of it, and I just like
Ooh.
started biting my lip and stomping my foot on the ground. I was like, oh fuck, 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 fuck. I was like, that's not good. I was like, this is not an ingrown hair, son of a bitch.
mistake.
And after I kind of realized, kind of like I was like, oh man, it must be a spider bite based on the way it looks. Shit. So by the time I fucking kind of get all my realizations together, it's like about 9 o'clock at night, and I was like, all right, I'll just go to the urgent care. So I realized the one closest to me is already closed, and I was like, well, normally they're open till like 10. So I had to go up to patient first up there in Camp Hill. So I get
Okay.
up,
Yeah.
so I get up there. I walk in. They have me do the little electronic fucking put your name in, put your blah 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 bullshit in. And the lady calls me over and she's like, "Okay, yeah, come on over." I was like, "All right, cool." And I get my wallet out ahead of time. I already know she wants the license, she wants the insurance card. Insurance and license were already sitting right up front. I can pull the insurance card out first, drop it on. She looks away from her computer for a second, looks around. She goes, "Oh, sweetie, I'm sorry, we can't treat you." I was like, "What?" Because we don't accept your insurance. I was like, "You have to be shitting me." She's like, "Yeah, your insurance carrier just recently bought out all of the hospitals and all of the other basically urgent cares in the area. So they basically
Hmm.
broke a contract with us, so we can't see you unless you want to like spend out of pocket." I was like, "Okay." She's like, "Well, you can go to the ER or you could just wait till tomorrow to go see a doctor." I was like, "Okay."
Dude, I would
Then I
fuck that, man. That's
Yeah, I just
ridiculous.
drug. Yeah, I know. I drug my ass over to CVS and just Googled what to do, and I was like, antihistamines, got it. So I grabbed some fucking Claritin for my allergies. Like, this is an antihistamine. This will be fine.
Yeah.
Fucking been popping those ever since, and like literally like inch by inch, like maybe the bite's about the size of a quarter now, and it's just slowly going down, and I'm slowly not having headaches and shit. And I was like, yo, I think I got poisoned by a spider. but not a good
Hey,
one.
maybe you'll be Spider-Man. You
I
know.
will not be Spider-Man. I didn't have any of those symptoms. Unfortunately, I didn't get any of the side
I,
effects.
I fucking tricked Chelsea when you were talking to me on the phone, and I was
Yeah.
like, David was bit by a radioactive spider, and she was like, oh my god, really? I was like, no,
Yeah.
that's Spider-Man. She's like, I don't know that shit.
Thanks a lot, you fucking nerd.
Yeah, it was so
Yeah.
funny. She looked at me like, oh my god. I was like, it's a joke.
Pure
But he was
concern, and
bit.
then just like, wait, what?
Yeah, and then I was like, but he was really bit by a spider that's poisonous. She's just like, well, that sucks. Like, yeah, no shit.
Sucks to suck, loser.
Mm. But yeah, as soon as I heard that, I was like, gee, that is literally exactly what happened to fucking Cassie when we were on vacation. And it was just like, it was literally day one of vacation. Like, we were there maybe 24 hours at the most. And
Oh
she
yeah,
I
just,
just
it's like first night.
yeah, first fucking night just got bit by a poisonous spider, woke up with her fucking, it was literally like her whole arm from like the shoulder down was turning red and purple. And it was gross, dude.
ugh.
Like, it was
Yeah.
fucking gnarly.
I
I was
just
like,
don't understand where it came from. Because, like
it
I
was her
said, when I
birthday week.
oh, that's
Yeah.
fucking terrible. Like, happy birthday, fuck you.
Yeah.
Get bit, bitch.
Mm-hmm. It was
I'd be a
gnarly.
little upset. I'd be a little upset with myself for that.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't understand where the spider came from. Like, I was outside all day, never got bit.
Yeah,
You
but
know,
you
I have a
have
couple.
kind of a wooded area around you.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. So I'm just like, yo, what? And I have to assume it was a big ass spider, though. Like, a bite like this, like, I've had spider bites. I've seen spiders bite me. I've been like, oh, that's a sizable spider, and had like a little fucking dot on my wrist or elbow from it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, what the fuck monstrosity was like crawling up me and was just like,
Well, dude,
haha,
I got fucking skeeter bites
fucking
all
bit me.
over me. Like,
Oh, I hate that shit.
I fucking,
Yeah.
from disc golf, dude, like 2 days ago.
You said there's water down there, right?
What? Oh, by the course? Yeah,
Where you played it.
yeah,
Yeah,
there's a
I'm
little lake.
done with water courses. I will never do it again. I'm
Lost
over it.
another disc.
No, I'm tired of them fucking mosquitoes, dude. Every time you play, you just get fucking chewed up. It's not worth it.
It's,
It's awful.
bro, it's the South. There's skaters everywhere. There's like, it doesn't matter what you do because it's so humid. There's just fucking mosquitoes everywhere.
I can find at the soap company that I like to buy soap from. They have more of that like citronella bar soap and shit.
Mm.
If I know I'm going out, then I'll fucking take a bath in that shit first and get myself all fucking anti-skeetered out, and then I'll go see what's up. But I'm telling you, man, I played just for fun. I was like, man, I haven't been to Willow Mill in so long, and I was like, let me play the short course. Dude, by the end of it, I was just fucking miserable. I was like, my ankles are fucking chewed up, my calves, my wrists, like terrible. I was like, I'm not doing this course ever fucking again. I'm done with it.
Creek
Oh,
life,
she's
baby.
over.
Creek
She's
life.
over. Fuck them creeks.
And then, oh, sorry, I just heard a fucking like random dog just go like "Arr" outside. That's funny. And then, fucking David had to go to Park City.
Yeah, I had to fucking go up to motherfucking Lancaster. Oh, I have a great fucking
Jeez.
part. I have a great story for that too now. Then for after what it was. So my fucking 10X Max that I've had forever finally just decided to shit the bed. It's overheating. Apps aren't opening. Acting a damn fool. And I
Yep.
fucking called Apple. I was like, let me get a phone because none of the fucking stores have phones right now. They're all still fucking like a month behind. They're like, well, lucky you. One in Park City if you want it today. I was like, well, shit. Set me up, bitch. I'm fucking going up there
Yeah.
right now. I'm going up. Fucking went up there, ordered my fucking Pro Max, my 12 Pro Max, and the phone is kind of huge. I kind of like it, but I get up there. They get me set. I'm in and out of Apple. It was great. And then I knew that I needed a SIM card, so I was like, oh shit. I go to the Sprint store right next to the fucking mall.
Right.
Hook me up with a SIM card, and I'm like, all right, cool. And I'm like, oh, you know what? They didn't have any of the OtterBox cases at Apple. Do you have an OtterBox like Defender case, the nice thick one? They're like, yeah, one that's got like the clip on and everything. I was like, yeah, but like I don't use the clip. Just so you know, I wanted to make sure they know I'm not a fucking dad and I'm not clipping that shit onto anywhere on my body.
I don't need
And
that
they
for the
and,
Oh,
clip, damn it.
I
and
don't know
they're
about that.
and
I think you should clip.
Yeah, I
I'm
would
not
clip.
clipping. I ain't
You
clipping.
should clip. You
I ain't
should clip.
clipping. No way.
I ain't
Get
tripping,
Maybe
that
if
thing
bro.
clipped.
maybe I'll clip it to my tugger. I'll get my
TC
tugger.
tuggers.
I'll clip it to my tugger and then we'll call it a day. But I get in there, right, and I get the fucking case. You know, obviously it's not cheap. It's fucking $60. I was like, all right, cool. Just drop fucking on the phone and Apple Care. That was already $1,300. Now I'm like another $60 deep in this case. I wasn't looking at it. I just, I told him what to get. He knew the phone. He had to scan the fucking phone to give me a SIM card. And he puts it in a bag, gives me all my shit, and he's like, "Do you want me to pop that SIM card in?" I was like, "Oh yeah, fucking pop that bitch in. I'll just activate it while I'm driving down the road." And he goes, "All right, I wouldn't do that, but okay." And I'm driving down the road. I'm activating my shit. I got both phones next to each other, syncing up all the data and shit. Because now you can just put them next to each other, and they'll sync the old data to
Yeah,
the
they
new
talk to
phone.
each other.
Yeah, it's fucking,
Yeah.
it's beautiful, and it literally took like 5 minutes. So I'm like, nice. Let me get my fucking case out. I'm gonna put my case on. So I'm like one-handing the case in the bag. I pull it out. I was like, all right, cool. I go to put it on. I was like, man, this shit don't really fit right. What the fuck? And I look at it, and the fucking back where the camera would be was like big as shit. Like it was like literally a quarter of the fucking case was knocked out. And I was like, I mean, the camera is big, but I don't think it's this big. So I kind of like angle the camera towards like, no, this ain't right. Let me see this fucking box. I look at the box. This asshole gave me a fucking OtterBox Defender for a Samsung Galaxy. And I was
Oh
like,
Jesus.
motherfucker. I was like, you motherfucker, you already knew what the fuck I wanted. So I called, I was like, hey, you guys gave me the wrong case. And he's like, oh, well, are you close? I was like, no, dude, I just came up to the mall to get the phone. Like, I'm already 30 minutes away. And he goes, oh, I'm sorry about that. And he's like, well, let me see what I can do for you. He's like, yeah, it looks like you don't live near any of our other franchise stores that you could return it. So you are going to have to return it here within 14 days if you want to get the refund. I was like, come on, bitch. Like, no way. 14 days. I was like, man, I don't even want to go to Lancaster again. God damn it. So
Yeah.
now I got to go up there to return it. And then I call my one buddy and I tell him, I was like, yeah, man, look at this motherfucking bullshit. He goes, well, at least you know people in Lancaster. And I was like, nay, nay. I knew people in Lancaster.
uh,
Right.
I was
needless
like,
to say, they have moved to Houston.
they've moved much further than Lancaster now. So, no,
Nah,
I will not
Cassidy and
be
Kevin
enjoying
are still there.
Lancaster. Yeah, I guess I can hang out with and like, can I see the camper?
May I
Can I,
stay
can I
here?
stay in your can I stay in your camper?
Yep, that's their life soon, man. It's crazy. They already sold the house for like I won't say how much more, but they sold a significant amount more than asking price, like a very significant amount more, enough to be like, yep, I don't have to worry about money for a long time.
I
Yeah.
get that, but still, it can't be that long of a time. Like, well, I just don't get. Like, I think it's a great idea, but like, I feel like maybe they should have just like did that in like 5 years from now or something. You know what I mean? Like, I just can't imagine they have like a substantial savings plus that to get them through for like a long time. Like, I know
I
they're just gonna be parked and they're not gonna be driving a lot, and gas isn't gonna be like a big factor because they're not gonna be moving. But
bro,
like,
there's a gas crisis. Don't you
ah,
fucking joke about it.
listen, I am the gas crisis. I can't even
Doesn't
believe what the
matter.
gas. I can't even believe what the gas crisis was. Like, I had to look it up after you said that, and I was
I
like, hackers
we're playing fucking
stole
Call of Duty, and
gas. What the
I was
fuck?
like, there's a quote unquote gas shortage, and he was like, "The fuck are you talking about?" I was like, "You'll
Yeah,
see." I was like,
Yeah.
"People are being fucking dumb," and it's
Hmm.
impressive. Gas down here is 2.45.
that's cheap. Like, I mean, really, gas here was 2.95, and it just went up to like 3.05 or 3.09 or some shit.
Yeah,
So it wasn't even like for the amount of gas that was stolen. Then for it to only go up pennies, I feel like when if the gas was given back, I should drop even more penny. Like they owe me money. The gas companies owe me money for this fucking shit. Like I can't keep paying these prices for it.
we
It's
get
so
our gas
outrageous.
straight from the teat out
Yeah, you
here.
get it off the fucking off the
Off the
Texas
golf.
pipeline
Dude,
there.
no joke.
You
It's fucking hilarious
you
sometimes.
get it
Like
from Bellevue. That's where the propane
we
comes from too.
we'll see gas prices for like 2.25 outside the city, and I'm like, "Oh my god, am I in high school again? What is this?"
Right, right.
And it just cracks me up.
Dude, I remember back in like maybe 2013, 2014-ish, something in that ballpark when gas was almost $4 a gallon in the summer.
Yep. I
Yeah, well,
remember that.
I was not driving. I was
Oh, I was,
swerving.
and I was driving in my '81 Dodge Murata.
I 2014. I didn't yeah, I didn't have a job. I don't no wait. No, that's when I first started working at the warehouse. So, I did have a job then. No, it was the year
The
before that was the
warehouse.
year I didn't have a job. Dude, the warehouse was such a fun place. Like, you literally had the most despicable, disgusting, terrible people on the like earth working with you. Like, we had pedophiles and shit we'd work with, and we would just treat them like garbage, and because they are, but like mostly it was just like I
Not
didn't
in
care.
Greece.
Like we would jokingly write above. We got in trouble for this, but we wrote above like the exit. Hard work will set you free. The same thing that was written above the one at concentration camp, and it is just. But it was an awesome place. Like I will say, like I worked with the most dysfunctional motherfuckers on earth, and like it was like I realized how much better of a human I am working there. And that's a sad statement, but like it was crazy. Like I remember the one year it was our manager, I won't say his name, but we'll just say John. Um
Yeah, John.
John, he we would work every
Despicable.
other Saturday or like we had or Saturday work every week, but like teams were divided up 4 teams. Then occasionally it would become 2 teams during the summer when it was busy. And we work Saturdays like 8 to noon, something so like minuscule, 4 hours, you know. Well, we show up, and most of the people are like there early or smoking pot in the parking lot. Like literally everybody's either smoking pot or drinking, and I'm one of the few that just didn't. Like, and me and the one pot smoker just looked at each other. Jeff, this dude is like
Dave?
50, 60, and I was like, "Yo, where's John at?" And he's like, "I don't know. John's normally here at like 6 a.m. opening up the place and getting everything ready before we come in." And I was like, well, fuck. I was like, I was the last person here and I didn't lock the doors because I was a fucking dummy and I just forgot to. And like, we're like, well, fuck it. Like, we know what we're doing. Like, me and the most dysfunctional, like, stoner there looked at each other and went, we know what we're doing. And then, like, we went in the building, everybody clocked in. We looked at people, they're like, where's John? I was like, well, John called me and he said he's going to be late. I was like, just do your normal shit. I was like, and whenever you're done, just fucking go home. And so me and this fucking dude who's like high off his mind ran this whole warehouse for fucking 4 hours, and then John never showed up, and we were just like, all right, I guess I'm gonna lock up and close the building. I was like, we did everything we were supposed to. Everybody did their job. Cool. We come in Monday, and John's still not there by like 10, and we're like sitting out there on our first break, and Andy's out there smoking a cigarette, and I would just sit in his car with him just because I wanted to get the fuck out. And we see a
Right.
cop drop John off, and we're like, what? And then John waves at the cop, and the cop goes away. And we're like, John, what the fuck is that? Where's your car? And he's like, oh, I got a fucking DUI over the weekend. I'm on work release. And I'm like, what the fuck? So for like 4 months, he was on work release where he would go to jail after work and spend the night, and then they would take him to work and drop him off and
Yeah.
pick him up. And like he would pay us like money like all day to go like buy me cigarettes from Rutter's, buy me a McDonald's cheeseburger. I'll pay you double. It was like the funniest shit. I like loved that. But it was like again, it was the most fucked up stupid place. Like and then eventually like John would like fuck girls at work there like in the place, and we found out about
Oh
it, and
my
like he got
god.
in trouble for that because he's a fucking manager. Like he was a manager of the warehouse. So I was like, John, you can't be doing that. And he was like a crazy buy dude. Like he bragged for Christmas he got a strap on, and he was like, "You want to use it on me?" I was like, "No,
Oh my
John, I ain't gonna
god.
fuck you in the ass." Like it was the craziest shit. Like we had a Christmas party at the fucking oh what the hell Buck Wilds, whatever that place was at the time. But like we were
Yeah, whatever
dancing.
15 places that's been in
So
the past 2
yeah,
years.
so like when the bottom floor of the hotel, like you could rent that space out for like parties and stuff, and like our company donated to have a Christmas party, and like John was blottoed there, and like had his girlfriend at the time, and like he was dancing with her, and he looks at Chelsea and I, he's like, "Let's switch partners," and I was like, "Okay." So John's dancing with her, and I'm dancing with his girlfriend. And I'm like, "Oh, it's nice to meet you." Blah blah blah. We're dancing, and then John's just like dancing with Chelsea, and he just looks at me and he goes, "Would you like to fuck her?" And pointing at his wife or girlfriend, and I was like, "No." And he's like, "You guys don't want to swap?" And I was like, "No, John, I'm all right." Like, I was like, "Chelsea, let's go." Like it was funny shit, man. But
Oh
then
man.
he eventually, now it's even, it gets so much weirder. He eventually gets fucking fired, and like a bunch of people get arrested and shit because they were stealing like, because it was a car parts place, they were stealing O2 sensors and selling them, like, I guess on like Craigslist or something. But they stole, I think, 70 grand worth of stuff in like 2 months. And John, allegedly knew about it, or he didn't. I don't know, but he eventually got fired because of that, and probably all the other shit too. They were just looking for an excuse. But it was dude, it was probably one of the most gnarly things. But I will say this: as fucked up and deranged as he is, he was still probably the best manager I ever had because he made sure everybody worked and did their shit. And if you didn't, he would tell you to fuck off and go home. Then would do it himself. Like he was a hard worker, but like, man, what a horrible person.
It'd be great to have a boss who's like, just go home. Be like, all right, bye.
Dude, literally, like, I'll never forget the one day there was like a fucking, I know, like, it's a sad story, but this kid was like a heroin, like, he was a new hire, like a temp, and he was like clearly a junkie, like, fucked up on heroin. And John's just like, are you fucking serious? He's like, are you fucked up right now? And the kid's like, no, I'm fine, I'm fine. He's like, get the fuck out of here and clean up and
Nah,
come back.
bro.
Well,
Nah,
dude, it was
bro,
like
I'm
2 weeks later
fine.
that kid and his girlfriend OD'd, but it was like, I was, and like,
Jeez.
we got the phone call and we were just, well, I mean, hey, you make your decisions
I
in
mean,
life.
hey,
Know what I'm saying? Like that
nah, same.
is craziness. I just remember that place was like a fucking circus of fun. Andy and I would fucking throw car batteries from like 3 stories up and just watch them explode because it would be like we would just be fucking pissed, working like 12-hour days and like no heat. The water didn't work there. It was just insane. Complete OSHA violations everywhere.
Get that.
The greatest achievement, though, I will say we have ever had there. There's a skid of like washer fluid that was there from 9/11 that we made sure has not been picked because it's from 9/11. And we're like, it's so
Jesus.
now it's been up there for I don't like we're at fucking like 20 years.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
it's been up there for fucking 20 years. And like in this fucking warehouse's inventory. I mean, I'm sure it's fucking not even good anymore, but it was just like just because we could. So like we occasionally like we would go up and put like American flags on it and all sorts of stuff. Like we're just fucking heathens.
Right, right.
That was like the best job I think I had in a while just because it was like, I don't know, it was a place where you could literally get in fist fights, go smoke a cigarette, and come back in.
That's fucking ridiculous. That's funny though.
That's warehouse
Yeah.
life, man. You work with the fucking scum of the earth.
Warehouse life.
I still think you had the best job ever, Adam, when you worked at Weiss.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a bad
You
job.
gotta explain this job and the way you went about working, quote unquote, to
Oh,
David, because I
yeah.
don't think we ever told him about this. This was like high school or right out of high
I don't,
school.
I don't think I've ever heard any stories about we is.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I was the like the sample guy. Like I didn't work for Weiss, but I worked for
a
like some
subsidized company.
yeah, they sent us out to different like grocery stores like Giants and Weiss's and Carnes and whatever. Um, we would be the free sample people
Right.
at the grocery store. But like I started there, I had like 2 hours of training with some lady, and she was working. She was like the trainer person, and they just kind of set us out on our own. It really no training for it. I mean, what training do you need to give out samples?
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
Say, hey, would you like this? No, fuck off. All right, have a good day.
yeah, and I always got stuck at like the worst Weisses. Like I went to the one in Carlisle like
Dude.
a few
It's
times.
so
No
it's so
one goes
bad.
there,
It's so bad, dude. That
and,
place is
and
disgusting.
there's never anyone there. Ever.
No. No.
So I would stand there, be like, where are the people? What am I supposed to be doing here? So I'd, just dick around on my phone and, whatever. Like,
Be texting me.
my boss never came and checked on me ever. Ever. I worked there for a few months. Never once saw my boss. And I
Damn.
was like, but like at the end of the day, all I would have to do is, I'd pay for, what I had to like purchase the products on my own, and then they would just reimburse me on my paycheck for the products I gave out.
Right.
So at the end of the day, all I have to do is like send a picture of the receipt to my boss of whatever the charges were, so he could reimburse me. So once I did the real job for I don't know a couple times. Once I realized that my boss was never going to come and see
It was
me,
like 3 weeks, I think, is what you fully worked. Like
maybe
every day.
I don't even think it was that. I don't even think it was that. I would just go there, buy the stuff. I'd be there for like an hour or two just to say I was there if they would question if I was there.
Right.
Then I would just go pay for the stuff and leave. and then I would I would set a timer on my phone for like my clock out time, and then I would just kind of make sure the time of the receipt wasn't on there, and I would just dick around. I'd go hang out with Elliot, and we'd just
We would
dick
literally
around.
be
I'd send a
playing
picture of
video
a receipt,
games,
and I would get paid for it.
or like we were at like it'd be like we'd be at the mall and I'd be like, oh fuck, hold on, just reach in his pocket, pull out a receipt, fold it in his hand a perfect way, like
Yep.
where you push your thumb down like this, and the receipt crinkles up like this, so you can see the amount and what was purchased, but you can't like exactly distinguish time because time's like at the top. It was like the
Yeah.
Yeah.
fucking cleverest shit. Like we would literally be doing stuff, and he'd just be like, "Oh, hold on, my alarm's going off. I gotta text my boss." And I'd be like,
Yep.
"Wait, are you fucking working?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like,
Yeah. It's
"The fuck?"
what they do. Fire me? Okay. See
Well,
ya.
that
Oh
was the
no.
thing. Like
Yeah.
there would literally be days where like Adam was like, "Yeah, like I'm supposed to be in like state college or something." He's like, "Fuck
Yeah.
that! I ain't driving all the way there." He's like,
Not for not for the shitty pay that I was making
"It's
for
like
that. I'm
maybe
not going all
eight
the way
dollars
there.
an hour or something stupid." Like, but it was
Yeah. It
just
was
so funny because like I was like, did they not even fucking Jesus? You're like, there's no way he would want to drive out. Like they would. I think you even said like when you quit, like they were just like, whatever, all right.
no. I got laid off.
That was
They
what,
they
what I
stopped
thought
they
you
stopped
quit.
doing the samples.
That was
What?
fucking because you were going to college anyway.
No, I think this was between junior and senior year of high school.
Was it really? Fuck, I don't
Yeah.
know. Time is so irrelevant.
Yeah, I think it was. And yeah, we got laid off. All of us did. They just stopped doing the
That's
samples.
so funny.
It's like, all right, cool, bye.
Said fuck samples. We're done with this shit.
Yeah, it was the worst, but also one of the funniest experiences working I've ever had.
Dude, literally, we'd be at Johnny's house and you'd just be like, you'd hear your alarm go off and be like, well, Adam's off work now. And you just laugh. Be like,
Yeah, but idiots. Like,
yeah, it's like, I can't believe that was, I mean, hey, I mean, right? I mean, hooray for you because, like, honestly, what a fucking terrible job that is. Like, I can't believe they, like, that's a subcontracted job. Not even like
yeah,
fucking people that work at Weiss can do it. You know what I mean? Like or like any grocery store. Like now, I'm sure like with COVID and shit, you will never fucking see that. Like I'm sure the Annie Ann's
no,
girl who hands out the pretzel bits is like shunned.
she was the best.
That lady, my
I
lady.
would go take like 5 samples.
I'll take them niblets.
I'd take one, walk into a store, walk back out. Oh, hey, let me get
Oh,
another one quick. Thank you. Get
five
a
of
whole
those is
pretzel
like a
for
meal.
nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I mean. I don't know, David. Did you have any? I know you worked at the gas company, but did you work anywhere before that?
Oh hell yeah, bro. I've had so many fucking jobs. I
What the fuck?
worked let's see. I worked for Excel, which is it was a warehouse.
Oh, you worked for
I,
FIA too. I remember that.
yep, I fuck it. The first like real job that I had was at Excel, working literally 7 days a week, just killing myself in a fucking warehouse,
It's the worst.
picking just picking Unilever products, which is basically everything under the fucking sun from mayonnaise to deodorant. Like
Yeah.
they make fucking everything, and they're fucking cocksuckers too. And the thing that like pissed me off the most about working there is some asshole on a forklift might fucking slide by and hit a skid of like fucking shampoo, conditioner, deodorant, whatever it is, right?
Hmm.
And Unilever and Excel, for some god knows why reason, had a motherfucking understanding and commitment that if a product got damaged, instead of giving it to the employees for free so they wouldn't have to buy, the actual basic shit that anybody's gonna buy anyway,
Yeah.
they destroyed it. It was like, are you kidding me? You're gonna destroy a fucking pallet of fucking deodorant or a pallet of conditioner?
That's when you
What the
steal
fuck?
that shit.
You
Yeah.
couldn't. They had a cleanup crew that came in behind you after a fucking like whatever happened. They would fucking sweep it all up, clean it all up, whatever the case may be, take it to a fucking like incinerator they had there. They would just burn the shit.
Jesus.
Yeah, they didn't even throw it away because they didn't want people dumpster diving for it.
It's just deodorant. I don't
Well, it
understand.
was
Yeah.
also food. They had like peanut butter, mayonnaise, Lipton
But
teas,
you know what I
Lipton
mean? Like,
soups, like all this shit.
realistically, it's like, I, I don't understand. I don't know. Hey, man, I guess they're entitled to running their company the way they want, but that's kind of fucked.
Yeah, it is fucked up. And then I was there for like I think almost a fucking year, and then I went to fucking Amazon, and that didn't last very long. But The only reason I wasn't there very long is because I
That
quit that November, like pretty much on my birthday. I was like, "Happy birthday to me, fuck Amazon," and it was only like a fucking week or two later, I think, that my mom had her heart attack.
oh,
So
you're
it
like,
kind of
oh
all just
fuck.
like worked out. And then on top of that happening and working out, then I got a job from CenturyLink, and I was working at fucking
I
CenturyLink.
forgot you worked there
At,
too.
yeah, man, and I was doing the fucking shit there, and I was there for almost fucking 2 years, and that was a fucking nightmare. That shit sucked dick. That ate my soul like heavily, and that was my first call center job, and that was just fucking nuts troubleshooting people's fucking internet. And dude, if you think people are mad about anything you've ever seen on the internet, wait until you see them when their fucking internet goes down.
I know. It's
Dude,
insane.
they lose their mind, and they have like $100 internet package. They're like, I want a credit for today for my internet being down. It's like, sir, the credit for your internet is only gonna be like $1.22, and they're like, I don't care.
I want it.
I want a credit. You don't provide me internet, I'm not paying for it. I was like, all right, let me go
Yeah.
ahead and put in this $1.22 adjustment on your bill. Like the one guy, he was paying nothing because he had fucking dial up, dude. His bill was like $25 a month.
Yeah, he's one of those
Same
people.
shit happened, dude. He had like maybe it was like 5 cents or some shit. I was like, sir, this adjustment's only gonna be for this much. Like I can do it for you, but I just need you to know that when you don't see your entire month was free because of one day of an outage, you're only getting like a nickel here. And he's just like, whatever, do it. And I was like, okay. I was
You're
like,
like,
that's fine.
you literally won't even notice it because of taxes.
Just
Like, I
fucking,
don't know how to explain
it
this to
was
you.
it was absolutely absurd. Uh, and then after that, I graduated to the big dum dums and got to deal with people who had student loans.
See ya, baby.
And this is during the Obama administration, and all of the all the scam artists from India would call all these American numbers and tell them about the Obama plan, about Obama for giving student loans, and all you had to do was pay this third party company in India like $500, and they would set you up on the Obama plan from
Oh,
India. And
Jesus.
none of that made any sense to you. Like, you're paying an Indian person in India for this shit. Like, you didn't think that maybe an American would call you about this from America, about your American student loans
Nah,
through the
man.
U.S.
Predator.
government? Yep, they were like, nope, that didn't sound like that was it at all. And I just wanted to get rid of them. I was like, well, you lost $500 and your loans are still here.
You
Could have just put that to
dumbasses.
I was like, you could have just put that towards your loan. They were like, stop it. I was like, I'm serious.
So
And it
your
was,
interest went up.
yeah, and it was fucking crazy, dude. Like, and it blew my mind, and I just I couldn't fathom it. And then after I left there is when I went to the gas place, but in between there, I still knew people who were working there. And, the scam artists in India are very tricky. They're very smart.
Yeah, dude.
Not really. They just decided that if Obama wasn't going to be in office and fix loans, that Trump would. So now it became the Trump plan. So everybody, when their fucking mom was
So
calling about the
dumb.
Trump plan, yeah, they were like, yeah, the fucking company just called me and said I can get on the Trump plan. So I gave them my money and they're going to handle my loans now, right? And I was like, nah, man. Like, it's like, nah, that's not how that works. It didn't work that way with Obama, and it's not working that way with Trump. Like, what you're missing is it's a scam. Like, that shit don't work.
Dude, that happened with me. Like, somebody tried being like, oh, you applied for State Farm. All we need you to do is click this link and then give us your personal info. I was like, no, I did not apply for State Farm. I
Yeah.
looked through all of my things
Yeah.
and I am not that dumb. Plus,
Yeah,
you didn't say
exactly.
my name when you called, so that clearly means you have no idea.
They just call, hey, you.
Honestly,
Remember when
it was the
remember when
craziest
you applied for
voicemail.
State Farm?
Well, it was literally like they said my number and they said your recent application. Like they were so smart. Like it was a really well written script. And like like cuz I have the voicemail where it records what they say. And I was like and I looked at Chelsea and I was like, "Oh, that's cool. I might have had a job offer." And I was like, "Wait a minute." And then I looked at it again and I was like, "They don't say by name." And I was like, "And typically when you like apply for somewhere, they'll say hello Mr. or or just say your full name, and these
Right.
people didn't. And I was like, okay, hold on a second. And then I looked up, it was like Meetup or whatever the link was, And I was like
Oh,
trying to
okay.
figure that out, and I was like, it was like a fake, like it isn't a fake thing. Meetup, I guess, is like a real soft, like a web-based Zoom or Discord type place. And I was like, okay, well, like these people are fucking really smart because they're getting people probably on these calls dressed nice, thinking they're in an interview when this person's probably sitting in a fucking shack in some third world country, like dressed really nicely and just having someone off screen write down all your information and fucking, stealing your. It's crazy, but anyhow, yeah, that was just my experience. I was like, Jesus fuck. Fucking people, man. Scammers are everywhere. It's insane.
Oh yeah.
Like, I don't get it.
They won't catch me slipping. Whenever they would call, this is probably like 2015 to 2017 was the hot spot for this. Is when they would call, and instead of the extended warranty, she'd be like, "Your loans are up for forgiveness," and I was like, "Are they?" And they'd be like, "Yeah," and I was like, "All right." So they'd get a white guy on the phone. Clearly, this man was fucking Caucasian.
Yeah.
And then it would go from Caucasian to straight up fucking Bangladeshian or whatever the fuck it is. However those people go, Bangladeshanites, and they
Not sure.
the whole accent would change, and all of a sudden it would go from a guy in a quiet fucking room going, "Yeah, I could definitely help you get those student loans get taken care of. Let me just go ahead and get you with our support team." Boop. And then it would be loud as fuck. You could tell
All the
everybody
background
was
sound.
fucking butt to butt in there talking. And the motherfucker would come on with the thickest fucking Indian accent I've ever heard in my entire life. And then I'd start asking them questions like, "What's my name?" They were like, "I don't know. You called me." I was like, "I didn't call you." They're like, "Sure you did." I was like, "Hmm." I was like, "I definitely did not call
No,
you." And
I
they're like,
didn't, sir.
and they're like, "Do you have student loans?" I was like, "Yeah, I got student loans." They're like, "Well, how much do you have?" I was like, "A lot." They're like, "Well, how much is a lot?" I was like, "So much." And I would just start dragging him around, and I'd just start doing all sorts of bullshit, and I would take him every direction. And then finally, I'd start giving him information like, "Well, what we're gonna need is your social, your this, your that, and everything else."
You're like,
And then
bullshit.
they were like, "But first, before we do that, we want to send you a confirmation email." And I was like, "Oh, cool, yeah, let me get that email." And I thought this was the dumbest, most cleverest shit I ever did. And he goes, "Whenever you're ready, just spell it out letter by letter." So I would I was like, "You guys don't know English that well." I spelled out "I got you" at gmail.com. And then he's like, "Okay, so I got you at gmail.com." I was like, "No, I got you. No, I got you." He goes, "I don't understand." I was like, "No, you're not understanding because you're not reading it." I was like, "Read it really slow." He's like, "I got you." He's like, "I got you." And I was like, "Yeah, no, I got you. It's a fake email, you fucking moron." He's like, "Fuck you, buddy. Fuck you." And he would go from the nice guy on the phone trying to help me with my lesson,
Just a fucking pissed off
yeah,
man.
just pissed off, losing his mind because he's not gonna get any commission off the fucking money they're trying to steal from me. And I was like, "Sorry, dude, I got you so good." He's like, "You think it was so funny?" I was like, "Yeah."
Yes, I do, sir.
I
Yes,
was
I
like, "I
do.
thought it was pretty good. I got you pretty good, huh?" And he's like, "Fuck you," and hung up. I was like, "Nice." I was like, "That's how you know I did good."
Yeah, I mean that's the
That's
funny
how.
thing. Like, I don't know, man. No matter what kind of job, I don't think I could ever do a call center job. I would fucking rather just hang myself.
If there were call centers that treated you like a human being and not a fucking an actual voicemail, it'd be different. If you only took like, let's say, 20 calls a day, you wouldn't really be that upset about it. But when you're taking like 100 calls a day, and they're like, "Yeah, you have a metric. You got to be off the phone in fucking 6 minutes, and then in between, then you can type up all your notes, but then you have to be back in the queue for another call within 30 seconds." And you're like, "Motherfucker, Jesus Christ!" So you're like typing the shit as you go, doing the phone call, barely listening to whatever the problem is, and you're like, "Okay, you good? Yep, bye." Click. Next fucking phone call,
I don't think I
just
could
back to
even that.
back.
Like,
Dude, when I did,
I would
oh
never,
my God.
man, never.
So here's the thing: when I did it
Nope.
at CenturyLink, dude, I was working basically I was working 4 10-hour days and then had 3 days off.
Hmm.
Well, for me, because the way they work, they give you an hour lunch plus two 15-minute breaks. Obviously, the lunch isn't paid for, but the breaks are paid for.
Hmm.
So I asked my supervisor because they were kind of chill there. They didn't really give me too much shit about this. I was like, "Listen, the phones get busy, I'll be here." I was like, "But would you get mad if I literally took all of my calls throughout the day nonstop and then took a fucking hour and a half break at the end of the day?" And technically, I actually had two more 15-minute breaks because I was working the extra hours.
Hmm.
So I actually ended up with a 2-hour break at the end of the day. So I took my lunch at the end of the day and all my breaks at once and just, did my shit, clocked in, clocked in, clocked out for breaks until lunch. And then I just spent the last 2 hours of the day literally just sitting there. But I will tell you, after I did that shit for literally a fucking year straight, I was so stressed out. I was so fucking beyond stressed. I like couldn't even function anymore. I was like, "Oh my God, I hear voices in my head nonstop." Like I had every script memorized for like whether it be taking a payment, going over how to fix a fucking like how to plug in and unplug a modem, like, all this shit, like every single script in my fucking head. I wouldn't even have to touch the computer. I could just sit there and twiddle my thumbs and just talk. I was like, "Man, this place fucking sucks." And I couldn't get a good shift no matter what. I was always in peak hours, always calls, never stopped. It was just the worst shit.
Aren't you glad we're not like 21 anymore and having to deal with that? Like 18
If
to
I was
21.
if I could go back
Oh,
to me
the
being
worst.
20 if I could go back to me being 21 right now, I would just buy Bitcoin.
Well, no shit.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, like
no,
like
like I wish I could be 21 again with all the knowledge I have now, so I could drop like $1,000 into Bitcoin and be the world's richest man.
well, like what the fuck are people gonna do like now? Like think about like we could be so like underqualified back then for like well not even so underqualified is not the right term, but like now you need like a fucking degree and all this other shit to do half the stuff that we do now. It's fucking insane. Like I don't understand how people are gonna get jobs like leaving high school anymore. It's like you're literally reduced to working at Lowe's, Home Depot. Like you're either gonna work at a store, a restaurant, or you're fucked.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean? Like you can't
Yeah.
just like go into an office anymore. Like I luck out that I have experience and that's what's getting me into like the industry that I'm in. But like I don't know, like fucking if you want an entry level position, they're like, "Oh, okay, you need an associates." It's like, wait a minute, this is entry level.
Why?
Yeah, it's like,
Answer
"Well,
phones?
why?"
Are you high?
And I'm like, "You want me to
Yeah.
have an associate's degree for $10 an hour?
Like,
Take that
yeah, those
$10
numbers don't add up.
and shove it up your ass." Like, that's ridiculous.
Well, that's what my one buddy, he works at fucking Ahold, and whenever he set up his shit, he got, I don't want to say fake degrees, but it was almost to that situation where
Those
he
online
found,
degrees.
well, it's kind of like an online degree. None of them were actually degrees. They were all certificates in a field.
Hmm.
But the thing is, it's all free. All the certificates, so basically it's the classes are free and
Hmm.
they're legitimate classes from every college in the United States as well as outside the United States. The professors will load them on there, and then the way the professors get paid for the course after they teach you whatever it is they're like, okay, the training's free, but if you want the honest to God certificate, which we don't have anywhere else, with your name and all the blah blah blah, the watermarks and all this other shit, it's like $15 for your certificate. So he showed me the shit, and dude, you can literally do everything. He went through a whole fucking computer science fucking program shit on there and learned how to do basically everything that came with coding for like Linux and all these other programs and shit that
Yeah.
he uses. And now his whole fucking job is he sits at home with his 4 gigantic monitors, his laptop, and his fucking 2 phones that like all this shit that this company's paid for him. And he just hangs out. And the first program that he runs, because it runs up the entire fucking East Coast, takes 6 of his 8 hours. But he literally clicks enter on the program, and then if there's any issues, the last 2 hours go into fixing it. The first 6 hours are just letting the program run. So he just hangs out and fucking writes music and shit because he's a crazy retarded fucking guitar player slash trumpet player slash piano player. Like he just
Smart
writes
man.
music. He just writes music all day, and if he's not doing that, he's like working on a little video game he's trying to do. He's fucking just watching videos, working on like he has so many different little projects he just does while he's at work. And I'm like, dude, no wonder you get so much done. You're getting paid to do all this shit.
Look at us. We're just not even getting paid to do all this shit.
I know, man. I'm a little mad about it. He's making like an easy like 60K a year, and I'm like, I'd like 60K a year to do this shit, especially when he hasn't paid a dime for fucking college ever.
Yeah, but fucking. Hey, man. Some people luck out. Some people get fucked. And I
That's
think I
true.
think we're the in between group because like none of us really like nothing's really lucked out super much, but we haven't gotten fucked over yet. So like it's still up in
Yeah.
the air for us. You know, each day it's just another day. But again, that's the name of this podcast, and that's what we're here for. I think this theme is just fucking jobs and like how thankful we are that like we're not in the fucking stupid predicament of like youth again, of just being like, I remember when I like fucking cherished working at a hospital, making fucking $10 an hour for 3 years. I didn't get a single fucking raise. My supervisor absorbed my raises and my titles and everything. It was crazy. And like, I fucking despised that job. And it was, getting fired was the greatest thing ever. And that's a whole different story, but we'll save that for another time. But
For
again,
sure.
I think it was, I think this is a good lesson for us. Is just like, man, thank God you're not fucking CenturyLink. You're not working as a goddamn samples person, and I'm not in any of the fucking shitty places I
Yep.
am. But, ladies and gentlemen, this was just another day with
David.
At
Elliott. No, Deco. Nah, I should cut that. That's gonna be your intro, but it's just another day. The show